Hello my lovelies. First things first, please excuse my appearance. I have been packing for about 6 hours now because I moved to Disney World in less than 4 days and I need to move everything out of this apartment and back to my home. So that's why I look a bit bedraggled. Anyway, onto the video. So in my last couple videos, I've been talking generally about the Cultural Representative Programme, but I haven't gone into a lot of detail, and the reason for this is that everyone's experience is different. And I don't just mean everyone's individual experience, I also mean every time they take the applications, they run it differently. So even though I've applied twice, both of my experiences were very different. The amount of people, where I had the interviews, how long between each stage, all of them changed. However, I also know that when you're applying for this program, it can be really stressful because you want to get more information. So today I thought I'd go through my experience of applying for the Disney CRP, and hopefully that will help some of you or make you feel a bit better during the application process. Just a quick disclaimer, what I say here don't take as the gospel truth. This is just my experience, and any facts and figures I give, like the amount of people at each application stage, are rough estimates or things I've been told by other people. So first things first, I found out about the Disney CRP when I was in my second year of university, and at the same time I found out about the Disney CEP, which is the summer program for university students. I was unfortunately too late to apply for the CEP for that summer, and I didn't want to apply for the summer after that because it would have meant I missed my graduation from university. And I also couldn't apply for the Disney CRP because I couldn't take a year out of university. So when applications opened on the 31st of December 2014, I started applying. So that was halfway through my final year of university. Applications were open for a month until the 31st of January, and I spent a month writing my application. I got it in about 2 hours before the deadline, and it took a lot of work and a lot of rewriting. 4 days later, on February the 4th, we got our email inviting us to Prescreens, yay! And the prescreen itself was 3 weeks later on the 25th of February. At that point, our prescreen was held in, I think, the Radisson Blu at Stansted Airport. It was a really random place, and I think it was just held over one day, and there was a morning and an afternoon session. There were quite a lot of us there. I would say about 200 people, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so don't quote me on it. The way we're interviewed is pretty much exactly the same way they've done it every time. I will link to Adam Hatton's videos in the doobly-doo, which will tell you more about each application stage, but I don't really feel like going into that because I think he explains it really well. So I did really badly in my pre-screen. I completely messed up. I was super nervous. I wasn't listening to what other people were saying. I wasn't really answering the question because I was trying to stand out and be different, and it meant I got rejected. I actually only got my rejection email 2 days later. That's how quick that turnaround was. I kept in touch with quite a few people who went on from there, and they had their final face-to-face interview about a month after the pre-screen, and they had it at the Disney headquarters in Hammersmith in London. I think there were about 200 at the pre-screens, about 100 at face-to-face, something like 40 got yeses, 30 got waitlisted, and the rest got no's. So there was about almost an even 1/3 split of the 3 different categories. But that is very rare. The waitlist is normally a lot smaller than that. So I reapplied when the applications opened again, which was in July. I got my application in midway through the season this time because I only had to tweak it a little bit from my previous application. I kept it pretty much the same. About a week after the applications were closed, I got my email saying I'd been invited to Prescreens, and that was on the 7th of August last year, 2015. The Prescreen itself was held on the 11th of September and was out at the Yummy Jobs HQ in Epping. This time there are about 150 people at these pre-screens, and if I remember correctly, it was held over 2 days. It was exactly the same as my pre-screen before, the same type of questions exactly as Adam Hatton describes it. After that, we had to wait almost a full month to hear back if we got to face-to-face. First time I applied, it took 2 days from us. This time it took a month. Yep, that's how drastically different the applications are. But I got my email on the 9th of October saying I was invited to a face-to-face interview. So this is where it gets a little bit complicated because they invited us to an interview at the Disney HQ, but then they decided to move our interview date, and it was on a Saturday, which meant that we couldn't go to Disney HQ, so it was closed. So our face-to-face interviews with Disney were held at Yummy Jobs in Epping again. And my face-to-face was on the 14th of November. Again, another difference between the first and second applications is that the numbers were completely different. As far as I know, 700 people applied, 150 got pre-screen interview, and then only 60 got to face-to-face. Before, it was about 100 got to face-to-face, this time it was 50. I don't know why. After that, it took a long time to hear back. Disney were really kind and gave us a heads up about when we would hear. They said we wouldn't hear till at least the start of December, which was already 2 weeks away. Some people did hear at the start of December, but I think it was only 4 people who got the first date, and then the rest of us had to wait until the start of January. So my wait was just under 2 months, and I got the email on the 5th of January 2016 this year that it was a yes. and that I would be working in food and beverage from the 5th of July, exactly 6 months later. Most of us got the emails saying yes or no all at the same time on the 5th of January in the evening, and we were given a whole range of dates, I think over the course of about 4 or 5 months. So funnily enough, I actually don't think anyone from my face-to-face interviews got rejected. There were about 50, 60 of us who went, and about 50 or 60 of us got a place. From the face-to-face, I didn't hear anyone say they'd gotten a no. Everyone I've spoken to or knew on Facebook got a yes or were waitlisted. Because again, there was a waitlist of about, I think, 10, 15 people. So as I've said about a million times in this video, you just never know. It might be, if you get to face-to-face, in my experience, you've definitely got the job, pretty much. And it's only a final check that Disney are happy with you. Or sometimes it's the same as the pre-screen, there is no guarantee you're gonna get the job. I do wanna say that to get the waitlist, you are almost 100% likely to get it. The waitlist on my first unsuccessful application was about 30 people, I think, and all but one of them got a date eventually. And from my waitlist, everyone has now heard back and they all got dates. I think that's everything I wanted to say, really. I just wanted to say the wait times and the amount of people who applied at each stage and that kind of thing, because I think that was something that I really wanted to know when I was applying. If you're applying for this job, good luck. It is a really arduous application, but 100% worth it. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments and I will be happy to answer them if I can. Anyway, I should probably get going because I have a lot of packing to do. I start my dream job in a week and move to another country halfway around the world in 4 days. How insane is that? As always, be sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of this space, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!